Next, we visit this party house in Texas. Party people, this house is for you. While the exterior may be that of a respectable single-family home, this 4-bed, 4-bath Fort Worth, Texas home offers 7,200 square feet of living space and a party room that most fraternity brothers would sell their souls for. Complete with a tiki bar, twinkle lights, 2 pianos, pool tables, and yes, an enormous indoor pool and water slide. This 4,400 square foot room is designed to keep the night interesting. A carpeting of AstroTurf and a wraparound wall of windows combine to create the illusion that the space is outside. However, the flat screen descending from the ceiling, multiple bar areas, and collection of flags and fairy lights strung from the ceiling are also highly reminiscent of a sports bar and give the impression that a group of college students will be arriving with a keg at any minute. Astonishingly, the rest of the home, separated by means of a discreet door, is far more sophisticated in its layout and decoration. The elegant living room, dining room, and kitchen all flow into each other, creating a much more traditional living space for when the party's finally over. Up next, we visit this eclectic home in Oklahoma. This luxurious home is currently listed for just shy of $1.6 million and offers 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 4,500 square feet of space, and some rather unusual interior design choices. Nestled in a private cul-de-sac within an exclusive gated community, this home's highly customized luxury interiors will certainly make you do a double take. While the property's listing touts its gourmet kitchen, high-end appliances, Walker-Zanger designer splashback tile, massive island, coffered ceilings, and beautiful fireplace, none of these features are what immediately draw the eye in this eclectic living space. Indeed, it's hard to know exactly what to focus on between the opulent wallpaper, loud art, garishly patterned furnishings, and unusual ornaments. The listing specified that the home is ideally suited to entertaining, with an open floor plan and formal living and dining areas. Guests will certainly be wowed by the large crystal chandeliers, plush fur furnishings, and gray marble floors. The one unifying feature throughout the home's interiors is the gray color palette, accented by pops of color and contrasting patterns. Up a grand staircase, which boasts curated chandeliers and fixtures by Arteriers and rich wall coverings by Designers Guild, the decedent interior design continues across all 5 bedrooms. The second story also offers a home theater, game room, office, exercise, yoga room, wet bar, and balcony with views of the nearby golf course. Up next, we visit this artist's house in New York. This 7-bedroom property in Bronxville, New York, looks every bit the traditional family home, from the smart exterior to the half an acre of manicured grounds it sits on. If you passed by this elegant dwelling, you'd never guess what lies behind the facade. The amazing American estate was listed back in 2015, giving the world a glimpse inside its doors. At the time, it belonged to 2 artists. One was a caricaturist, while the other created colorful art installations, sculptures, and paintings, many of which are displayed throughout. Their passion for art, South Africa, and souvenirs from their globe-trotting adventures inform the interior of this special house. Inside, bright colors are paired with quirky, one-of-a-kind pieces such as life-sized animal sculptures and decadent period features like this fireplace. Even the bathroom is an ode to their artistic nature, with a hand-painted window and a tapestry of tiles in deep blue and seafoam green. While the property was initially listed at $4 million, but it ended up selling for significantly less, at almost $3.3 million in 2017. Perhaps its vibrant style just wasn't to everyone's tastes. We visit this artsy graffiti house in Las Vegas. While from the outside, this Las Vegas home might present as no more than a modern 3-bed, 2-bath family residence, the inside tells a very different story. In addition to its 2 stories, 3,400 square feet of living space, backyard jacuzzi, and coveted gated community location, this home has a lot of artistry to offer. Once inside, this property is an explosion of color and pattern, with walls covered in comic strip, animation, and graffiti art, featuring the original work of artists including Tiki J1, Pretty Done, Juan Muniz, according to the listing. The splashy pad is currently on the market for $890,000 after initially hitting the market at $900,000 in April 2023. Perhaps the interiors aren't to everyone's tastes. The colorful wall paintings are sandwiched in between high ceilings with exposed industrial steel beams and polished gray slab marble flooring, giving the otherwise cacophonous decal space to breathe. The industrial theme is continued throughout the space with an exposed steel staircase and simple overhead bulb fixtures. The recently remodeled kitchen boasts stainless steel appliances and smooth gray cabinetry, contrasted with floor marbling that resembles multicolored paint spills. Upstairs, however, the large primary suite features much more traditional interiors, giving your eyes a much-needed rest. Up next, we visit this 80s-themed home in Washington. For anyone suffering from a bit of 80s nostalgia, look no further than this funky Airbnb, which boasts, according to its listing, the world's finest collection of 1980s memorabilia. Just step inside this quirky yellow Washington bungalow and you'll be instantly transported back in time. The heart of the home, the living room boasts colorful furniture, a 60-inch television, and of course an impressive collection of 80s films, a popcorn machine, and Donkey Kong and Miss Pac-Man arcade games, not to mention a crazy collection of toys, games, and assorted knickknacks from the decade. Equally colorful, the kitchen comes fully equipped with vintage Tupperware, a cherry red refrigerator, plenty of period-appropriate snacks and candies, and a barbecue. Outside, a spacious patio area provides the perfect location for outdoor dining. The home includes 3 colorful themed bedrooms, 2 with queen beds and 1 with bunk beds. The home is listed at roughly $200 a night and seems like an awfully fun way to escape reality and the 21st century for a fun getaway. Up next, we visit this Gothic clock house. While it's not your run-of-the-mill terraced home, you could be forgiven for thinking that the clock house, designed by famed architect James Burton, would have a suitably refined Georgian-style interior worthy of a grand stately home. But inside this 5-bedroom detached property, considered the jewel in the crown of St. Leonard's-on-Sea in the southeast of England, you'll find a serious flair for the dramatic. Built in 1827, this Gothic revival-style villa would certainly make a unique family residence, and we vote the decadent decor stays. The property is laid out over 3 floors, including a suite of cellar rooms, perfect for wine, storage, and workshops. In terms of living space, there are 2 sitting rooms, a drawing room, reception hall, and dining room. There are 5 bedrooms in total, including a master bedroom, which is nestled inside the clock tower. It boasts double-arched stained glass windows, framing views over the grounds and out to sea. The lavish rooms benefit from high ceilings and decorative molded cornicing, so you can slumber like royalty. The master bedroom has its own boutique-style bathroom, but it's no hardship to use the family bathroom when it looks this good. Here, glitzy gold and green damask wallpaper, elegant statues, and a clawfoot bath lit by giant pillar candles create the ultimate quirky spa experience. Up next, we visit this Victorian terrace with a tavern. From the outside, this 4-bedroom Victorian terrace looks like the perfect traditional family pad in the city. It's located on a leafy street, enjoys great transport links, and even has a garden. However, step inside and this unusual property tells quite a different story. On first impression, the house is in need of modernization. That said, there is a double-story extension already in place which maximizes space in the kitchen diner area. It might not be to everyone's taste, but there's definitely something charming about the dark wood cabinetry and stained glass windows. The real surprise is still to come though, as there's a secret feature hiding from sight. Here's where things get really interesting, because the dwelling is also home to its very own bar. It's no modest corner setup either. We're talking a fully fledged pub complete with beer taps, vintage stools, and charming traditional decor. If queuing for drinks just isn't your thing, look no further. With plenty of space to host friends and family, the traditional scheme is steeped in history. Up next, we visit this Alice in Wonderland house in St. Louis. This 3-bedroom home in St. Louis, Missouri may look a little colorful from the outside, but it is no match for the zaniness to be found inside. Original owner and real estate agent Fritz McAvoy describes it as going through the rabbit hole. Let's find out why. Built in 1885, around 20 years after Alice in Wonderland was written, the peculiar abode hosts disorientating features throughout designed to riddle the mind. As the listing states, you'll find mirrors that reflect upside down, bridges that lead to spaces with no faces, closed windows with light from unexpected places. Situated in historic Lafayette Square, the extraordinary and confusing home totals 2,500 square feet of surrealist design. Each room feels like walking into an M.C. Escher drawing or Salvador Dali painting, with ceiling mirrors reflecting floors and numerous unconventional staircases, some leading you nowhere. While there's plenty of character to be found in the structure and furnishings, you'll also find your fair share of personality in the statues and models hiding inside and outside the property. The intriguing Rabbit Warren was sold in September 2021 for $300,000. Up next, we visit this Barbie house in Melbourne. Located in the Melbourne suburb of Coolaroo, you'll find what appears to be a perfectly normal brick bungalow. With 3 bedrooms, a generous garden, and just over a half-hour commute to the city center, the property has a lot to offer a prospective buyer and much more besides. Inside, the modest home isn't quite so unassuming. A fiesta of color, the house went on the market back in 2022 and immediately attracted the attention of Twitter, whose users compared it to a life-size dollhouse fit for Barbie and the inside of a genie's bottle. Yet the owner insists that she used her own imagination to conjure up this unusual, bold design. To achieve the look, she imported furniture from Dubai and commissioned decorative marble floors made especially for the house. Each space celebrates a different color, imbuing every room with its own distinctive style. One thing's for sure, this lilac bedroom is no shrinking violet. As well as 2 other bedrooms, there's also a bold dining area and a lime green kitchen. When the house first went on the market, it didn't receive an offer for 8 weeks, but after it went viral, it reportedly racked up 12,000 views. The average suburban house receives just 300. Up next, we visit this jungle-themed mansion in Florida. While this 12-bedroom, 15-bathroom home may appear luxurious from its grandiose exterior, you wouldn't expect to find a jungle theme to reign within. Built in 1999, Entrelagos can be found on a private peninsula in Windermere, Florida. The 2.4-acre property within a gated community took almost 10 years and $8 million to complete. Stretching out across 15,000 square feet, and currently on the market, this $19.5 million Orlando-based Wonderland is full to the brim with extraordinary features. Custom ironwork forms the grand staircase, 2 spiral staircases, and the main interior balcony, while a hand-carved bar in a wild reception area beckons upon entry. According to the listing, many of the interior features were handcrafted by Filipino artisans and shipped to the U.S. The main door to the house was custom-made and inlaid with mother-of-pearl. The stunning rotunda-style library overlooks the pool and gardens and has an open second floor, which is accessed by one of the gorgeous spiral staircases. Upstairs, you'll find each bedroom boasting its own bathroom and veranda with stunning views over Lake Tibet, while the 3rd floor hosts a 2,000-square-foot deck offering panoramic views and even fireworks from neighboring Disney World. Pictured is the cinema, complete with sliding entry doors that are hand-carved with the likenesses of numerous actors. You couldn't make it up. Up next, we visit this carnival house in East Sussex. Located mere moments from the seafront, this Victorian property has lived many lives. First, it was a Turkish bathhouse, then it became a school swimming house before morphing into a glass factory. Today, it's an attractive 3-bedroom Airbnb available to rent. Inside, the extraordinary home conversion is dedicated to all things carnival. With a spacious open layout and plenty of playful touches, this house would be perfect for a fun-loving family. The unique home combines quirky features with Turkish-inspired decor and good old-fashioned Victorian character. Personally, we think it's a charming combination. The large open-plan living area features timber flooring, exposed brickwork, and stained glass windows. The vaulted ceiling is decked out with 8 vast skylights that flood the area with natural light. And when it comes to fun, you won't tire of ways to while away the time thanks to the bowling alley and cinema room. However, practicalities haven't been overlooked. Towards the rear of the open-plan living area is a spacious kitchen. We love the industrial touches like the polished concrete worktops and American-style storage lockers. The house also features a cellar, mezzanine level, 3 bedrooms, a bathroom, and utility room. Plus, there's even an outside courtyard with distant sea views, making it a great choice for a family holiday. Up next, we visit this medieval-inspired cottage. Tucked away in the pretty village of Cranford, Northamptonshire, is this inconspicuous 2-bedroom grade 2 listed home. While it looks like a cute chocolate box cottage from the outside, the inside tells an entirely different story. The current owners have fully renovated the property, and their interior inspiration, England's Belvoir Castle, makes for a pretty surprising sight once you step through the front door. Inside, you're greeted by a lavishly ornate living room, which features bespoke wood paneling and reclaimed oak flooring, plus a feature fireplace set in front of a hand-painted wall covering. While the ostentatious sofas, brocade curtains, and gilt-framed paintings may not be to every taste, there is no denying that they're impressive. Adorned in peacock prints and a stuffed peacock centerpiece, the dining room is no less decadent. A gilded gold mirror and candelabras complete the unique scheme, while the tall quilted dining chairs are certainly worthy of an aristocratic dinner party. Upstairs, there are 2 double bedrooms, each decorated as dramatically as the living rooms downstairs. The extravagant master features a painted ceiling worthy of Michelangelo, a 4-poster bed, and an abundance of crushed velvet furnishings, also not to mention a jacuzzi and saunas. Up next, we visit Never Never Land in California. Looking relatively straightforward from the outside, you'd be surprised to find out what adventures lie in store for visitors to this particular lakeport abode, California. Built in 1997, the 3-bedroom barn-style property holds a lot of fun within its timber-framed walls. Once inside, you may find yourself swinging from the rafters with excitement, literally. Ropes help inhabitants of this Peter Pan-esque property fly through the air from room to room, while bridges help you navigate the 36-foot-high ceilings and transport you towards the master suite and guest bedroom. Last sold for $900,000, the 3,700-square-foot sawmill timber construction hosts 1,300 lineal feet of wooden planks. Complete with stamped concrete flooring with radiant heat, you're certainly insulated for the chillier months. But as if that wasn't enough entertainment, there's even a full live band setup with stage amps and drum kit ready to go. Outside, you'll also find a unique built-in pool and gas fire pit in the backyard, plus 3.77 acres of land to explore with the Lost Boys included in the sale. Up next, we visit this purple house in Middlesex. From the outside, this 4-bedroom property looks like many other semi-detached homes in Middlesex in the southeast of England. Yet this perfectly charming suburban facade hides a pretty outlandish and unexpected interior. Let's take a look inside. Yep, the whole house is awash with purple, adorned from floor to ceiling in shades of lilac, violet, and lavender. That's one way to add color to your home. The original listing made no mention of the eye-catching scheme. Instead, it underplayed the interior as a family-inspired design. The sea of purple spreads into the kitchen, which features 2-tone purple and white walls. Thanks to a more recent extension, the ground floor now boasts a spacious master bedroom with a dressing area and ensuite, no doubt painted in a luminous shade of purple too. Even the bathroom couldn't escape the previous owner's adoration of the hue, and it doesn't stop with purple carpet. If you look closely enough, you'll be able to make out a purple bath mat that's somewhat camouflaged among the thick furry flooring, not to mention the unusual choice of a carpeted bath. Up next, we visit this cat-themed log home in Arizona. Set on 20 sprawling acres in Concho, Arizona, this remote log cabin looks like a quaint prairie-style home. With 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom across 2,500 square feet, you'd think it would make a good base for a young family. However, when you step inside, you might think twice. The original listing says it best. If you love cats, this is the home for you. If not, bring your sandblaster. Listed in 2017 but now off the market, this house was definitely built with all things feline in mind. As well as eccentric cat decor throughout, it also features cat walkways and even a multi-level cat castle. Despite the listing being viewed over 3 million times, the property suffered a significant price drop. It first went on sale in June 2017 for $200,000, and after several reductions finished up at $120,000 in April 2018. It's not clear whether the property was sold or simply taken off the market. The original owners were so cat-mad, they even extended their kitty decorations to the bathroom and kitchen. In this redwood-clad space, you can just make out the small cat figurines balanced on a ledge above the shower, not to mention the enormous feline-shaped rug. Up next, we visit the Marilyn Monroe house in Dublin. When this 3-bedroom end-of-terrace home near Dublin came on the market a number of years ago, people paid attention. Could it be the fact that it came with full planning permission to build a subsequent house on the surrounding land? Actually, no. The bold property quickly shot to fame, thanks to what the original listing describes as its quirky decor. Well, that's one way to describe this colorful shrine to Hollywood legend Marilyn Monroe. The Marilyn Mansion, as some dubbed it, is decked out with hundreds of images of the silver screen starlet, set against luminous walls, metallic furnishings, and unashamedly extra decor like this sparkling chandelier. The superfan home immediately captured the hearts and wallets of several serious Marilyn memorabilia collectors, thanks to the level of interest. The original owner, who was looking to downsize, decided to sell the property fully furnished for a rather reasonable $250,000. Up next, we visit the Barrel House in South Carolina. Big, bulging, and brilliant in every way, this one-of-a-kind house finds itself on the edge of Lake Bowen in Inman, South Carolina. The barrel-like home was constructed in 1977 and appears to have been inflated like a giant balloon. Sadly, the listing doesn't explain why the property has such a unique shape or the story behind how it came to be. On the market via Leslie Horn and Associates for $650,000, the robust round house seems to be in the midst of an interior renovation, but the current owners have decided to wave goodbye midway through the project. The ultimate opportunity for someone seeking a unique house they can put their own stamp on, this bulbous building offers plenty of potential. Inside, there's 2,000 square feet of space, which includes a rounded living room, a dining area, kitchen, 3 bedrooms, and 3 bathrooms. Some of the rooms even benefit from retro design details from the 70s, such as exposed brick walls and wood-paneled ceilings. There are plenty of unusual modern features too, including custom windows of every shape. As well as its surreal exterior and fixer-upper interior, the house also boasts a large garden with 73 feet of water frontage. There's also a dock and next we visit the Guitar House in Georgia. We know what you're thinking. What's weird about this rather unassuming home? Well, the property appears completely normal from the outside. That is, however, until you take a look at the floor plan. That's right. The house is shaped like a guitar, but for good reason. The property was designed by country music star Elvis Cardin back in 1986. What better way to celebrate his career than by building a house shaped like his favorite instrument? Complete with a curving body, long fretboard, and a headstock, the roof even features a bridge and a faux sound hole, formed from a circular skylight. The pad was Cardin's home for many years, but it also acted as his muse. In fact, one of Cardin's most famous songs was called Living in an Old Guitar. As soon as you head inside, though, you discover the 3,500 square foot home is pretty stunning. Thanks to its unusual shape, every room benefits from quirky alcoves, curving walls, and curious architectural touches. The unusual celebrity home has an open-plan living room with a compact kitchen, 5 bedrooms, and 4 bathrooms. Since Cardin's ownership, the house has been fully renovated and is now light-filled, modern, and chic. Other highlights include the pad's 2 in-law suites, one can be found in the basement, and its lovely period fixtures, think original wood plank floors and 10-inch ceiling beams. Love it or hate it, you can't deny the amount of thought that went into the construction of this weird and wonderful home. If you fancy owning it for yourself, then it's currently up for grabs for $790,000.
Alright everyone, I think that's going to wrap this video up. Like I mentioned in the beginning, follow all my social media, and also 50% of the people who watch me don't subscribe. So just if you're watching, just click the subscribe button. It's free, it means a lot. And then an alternative option would be to become a member, which costs a couple dollars, but then, you know, I'll be calling you guys, FaceTiming you guys. You get cool badges, you get exclusive videos. I'll be making videos that I can't show, like public channel. So you guys get a ton of cool features and by clicking here and becoming a member. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys. Thank you for the constant support. Feel free to share this video on anything, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.